They say some people are born leaders. Sure, I was so born for it that my company transferred me out of my first store because I was that bad. Natural talent, right? Years later, I walk into places and people tell me, "You inspire me. This place hasn't been the same since you left." It's adorable. We love to rewrite history once the ending looks tidy. Nobody remembers a kid version of me who couldn't keep a team together. They only see the version that finally figured out how not to crash the plane on takeoff. We like to worship the myth of the gift. She's gifted. He's a natural. It's a comfy bedtime story. If success is genetic, then your failure is a birth certificate issue, not a habits problem. Genes did it. Destiny did it. Pass me the remote. But most of what we label gift is just grind we didn't witness. Thousands of ugly reps, nobody clapped for it. The skill gets so smooth it looks like magic, and suddenly people assume you were born with a wand in your hand. I once watched a magician run a deck of cards like he was bending gravity. Perfect shuffles, cuts, flourishes. The whole thing looked supernatural. First thought, wow, gifted. Second thought, after my brain woke up, he probably spent a decade dropping cards on the floor like a clown until his fingers learned how not to humiliate him. That's the real trick behind the trick. Not fairy dust, repetition. Fluency isn't evidence of fate. It's evidence of scars. Same pattern with music, sports, leadership, art, business. We zoom in at the finish line and call it destiny. We ignore the years where the prison was like walking blooper reel. And if you're in that phase now, that's the part where you can feel people quietly betting against you. You start to believe them. I did. When they moved me out of my first store, I heard the subtext loud and clear. It's not in you. The echo of that can mess with your head. So I did the only thing that ever works. I stayed. I learned. I got feedback. I fixed the same dumb mistake 20 times. I kept showing up long enough for people to forget I used to be the punchline. There's a boring, unsexy map to this. A gift might give you a head start on lap one, but development is compound interest. Every day you choose to be a little less terrible stacks on the last one. Most of it feels like nothing. Then one day you open your mouth in a meeting and the words land. Your team leans in, the numbers move, someone calls you a natural, and you try not to laugh. Sure, buddy. I'm a natural doing this 1,000 times. Quick detour, because some of you are in the public train wreck chapter and pretending you're fine. You don't have to white knuckle that alone. I built a school community of overthinkers and curious creators who actually doing the work. No guru cosplay, no pity Olympics. It's just people rewiring the way they think, shipping imperfect things, and comparing notes without ego tax. If you want a room where I want more isn't treated like a personality flaw, the link's going to be in the description and pinned comment below. Pop in when you're done beating yourself up for being in the middle of the process. Back to the lie about talent. You know what a real gift looks like after the honeymoon period? Useless. Unless you train it. I've seen people with obvious advantages stall out because they've tried to coast. Talent without discipline is a fancy car with no gas. You can sit in it and feel important. You're still not going anywhere. Grind is the equalizer. It taxes everyone at the same rate. The prodigy and the late bloomer both play in boredom, in repetition, in the humiliation of practicing in public. The bill shows up either way. What nobody advertises is the hidden costs, the empty mornings, the late nights where you're not inspired, you're just there, the tiny adjustments nobody will ever notice except you, the plateaus that feel permanent, the voice that says, "This is dumb, go do something easy," and you still turn the wrench one more quarter turn. You look at the mess honestly and ask better questions. Then, am I meant for this? Like, where exactly did it break? And what's the next small fix? That's the moment your identity starts to shift from "I'm talented" to "I'm reliable." People respect reliable. People follow reliable. Reliable is rare. I used to think confidence was a personality trait. Now I think it's a side effect of evidence. If you've stacked enough proof that you can do hard things on bad days, you don't need pep talks. You just show up differently. When I walk into a room now and it feels like I own it, it isn't swagger, it's receipts. I've eaten enough humble pie to know I can handle being wrong. Funny enough, that's what people read as gift. They're sensing the calm you get after surviving embarrassment repeatedly. The calm is trained. And yeah, there's a darker layer. Somewhere in every journey, there's a point where you absolutely want to quit. Not performative. I almost quit for the camera. I mean, dead quiet version. No applause, no encouraging text, no signs from the universe. Just you, the work, and the temptation to set it on fire and walk away. Most people stop there because loneliness feels like a verdict. If nobody's cheering, maybe you're not meant for it. Or maybe that's exactly where the next floor starts and the stairs are invisible until you take the step. No one is rooting for me. It's not a prophecy. It's a Tuesday. If you need a practical way out of that hole, still mine. Micro contracts. Not a 5-year vision board. Gross. One more rep, one more email, one more awkward conversation you've been avoiding, one more draft you won't publish yet. Stack a week of those and you'll be surprised how loud momentum gets. Progress is a terrible secret. It leaks into your posture, your tone, your decisions. People start rooting for you after you stop requiring them to. It's backward and unfair and completely reliable. So where does gift fit into all of this? It's a nice spark. It can point you toward a game you might love. That's it. The rest is choice under pressure. Show up when it's boring. Stay when you're embarrassed. Ask for feedback from people who aren't impressed by you. Trade being impressive for being consistent. If you do that long enough, you'll look gifted to strangers. If you're still angry that the grind gets all the credit, good. Anger has energy. Point it. Make a list of 3 ugliest gaps in your skill right now and run drills until they're boring. Record yourself. Watch it back without flinching. Fix one thing, then one more. Keep a log because your brain will try to gaslight you into believing nothing's changing. Read the log when you want to tap out. Evidence beats feelings in overtime. And if you caught yourself thinking, easy for you to say, go ahead and rewind the video back to the transfer slip with my name on it. The only difference between then and now is the time spent being bad in public. You're allergic to that because you think it will expose you. It will. That's the point. Exposure to the truth is the only way to build a version of you that can handle the truth. I could end this with a motivational poster line, but honestly, here's the simplest translation I've got. Gifts are loud at the start. Grind is loud at the end. Decide where you want that noise. If you're choosing the end, then yeah, you'll have nights where it feels pointless and silent. The silence is the sound of most people quitting. Let it be your competitive advantage. Next up, I want to pull on that thread we're all quietly holding. The moment you want to quit when no one's rooting for you, not the cinematic version, the real one where the room is empty and the metrics are flat and the only witness is you. If you've ever been there or you're sitting there right now, meet me in the next video. We're going to make that moment smaller, practical, beatable. And if you need people in your corner while you do it, you already know where to find us. The school link is in the description and pinned comment. Bring the mess, we'll bring the reps. See you in the next video.